Good morning, Namaste, brothers and sisters, भाइयों और बहनों, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, विद्वान और विदुषियाँ, the most respected mothers and fathers, affectionate children, sons, daughters, the most reverend and adorned doctors, ministers, engineers, advocates, artists, traders, scientists and research scholars, those who belong to the field of science, religion, spirituality, arts, commerce and engineering. I, Dr. Rakesh from USA, you are heartily, cordially welcome by us, our present Prime Minister, Saint Dr. Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi ji, our listeners and learners, teachers and trainers, all are the respected dignitaries. I thank God for your presence. This is the great blessing and grace of God that we are listening, utilizing our time in understanding the truth of life through science and spirituality. Today we all of us are at home and we are spending our time in doing different activities. Sometimes some students use internet, social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and there are so many social sites. Through the social sites they are interconnecting, they are interlinking with the world. The whole world has become a whole. The whole world has come in the form of our body, mind, heart, and we have forgot our spirit or soul. No doubt a number of persons are being unified and getting oneness through these electronic devices and social media. As per the invention of atom, we have known the power of soul, and we can go very near to the target of the spirituality through these things if we are humble and polite and we have complete knowledge of that particular subject about which Mahatma Gandhi ji says a man must be the master of his subject. In his Gandhian's philosophy, he wrote in the experiment with the truth. So, for knowing the truth through the falsification through the world of darkness, through the materialistic world, we can reach at the height, at the peak of that point which is greatly required, essential in the beginning and in the end of our human soul. How we can unite, how we can become one with God. Leave apart other externalities, other materialistic things, and go inside your spirit, inside the soul and spirit of the every internal organ of the human body. Every internal organ of the human body has its own specific nature, and the nature of the internal organ is the kind of soul or spirit. When a person goes into the study of internal parts of the organs, then he will observe, he will examine, he will feel, he will evaluate what? That this is a one body that we have in the form of human being, but there are numberless bodies are inside the body. There are numberless families in the body. There are numberless planets, numberless colors, numberless things, places, persons inside the body. But we don't care. But now we have very great time to know, to go inside the body of the human organs. Every organ, like our heart, it itself is a body. Our mind itself is a body. Our kidney itself is a body. How many bodies we have inside in the one body? Is it not true that all is one and one is one in all? All in one and one in all. What's true? Yes, all in one. He himself, who is the maker, producer, creator, founder, establisher, he is inside our heart. He is not away from us. Inside. He is not covered. He is not confined in any layer and in any building of concrete and bricks. He is free. If his soul is free, then how he can be live in the covered or confined place? Never. He is the most powerful, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, benevolent. No word to define that supreme power who is always with us, everywhere. How can I measure, how can I count his blessings and grace? I am sorry for defining the super or supreme or superior or one of the greatest power of the human soul. As we see fundamentally, practically in our society, a daughter of any father, what kind of relativity, connectivity they have each other. If anyone want to know this thing entirely, then he must go through the novel Sons and Lovers, which has been written by D.H. Lawrence When you will go through this novel, you will know that the true love is the love of soul and spirit. Which is the true love? Yes, we can search this true love between the son and father, between the mother and sister, between our relations, true relations. If we have the faithful relations, then there is true love each other, because they are not only connected by their blood, they are connected by their emotions, passions, feelings. And if they are, or if they have departed physically, then they can be connected by their soul or by their spirit. That is the greatest true love of spirituality. If we are loving physically, emotionally, sensually, then it means we are materialistic. We are not spiritualistic. For becoming spiritualistic, we must have to go in that word which is the next word, celestial word, eternal word. How we can reach? We can go at that word, in that word. How? By the repetition of the words, sound, image, light is required. Very simply, it has been written in our whole scripture of the word. But our Indians are very fortunate and lucky, those who have got birth in this land, in India. They are really lucky, fortunate, because all of the worldly people, scientists, doctors, inventors, founders, establishers, starters, beginners, when they reach at the height of ego, they find that how we can become humble, polite, variety of the differentiations, diversities. Then they find only one country is there in the whole world, that is India. India, which is known as the diversity of the lands, but after diversities it has oneness. It is not only for today. In ancient time, in past, in the glory of old time, it was glorious. It was having a great patience, compassion, sympathy, true love. It is only on the land of India, not the outside. When this modernism, when this materialism becomes over on the mind of the consumers, the person, those who are consuming just luxuries, and they have thought that it is the end of their life, so they must have to come back on the land of India. Our land of India, its true name is Hindustan, the place of the H sound, H. Ha, glottal sound. When someone repeat the word Om, this is the beginning and this is the ending of all sounds of the word. but it does matter how we can get that unlimited power. Very simple, very easy, the most easiest. Sometimes it becomes difficult to get the easiest because we have covered, we have confined with the materialistic world only by coming in contact of anger, fear, and false affection, sensual pleasure. This falsification of the word creates hindrance, obstacle, difficulty in meeting of the soul with the supernatural power. Sometimes the smallest things can create the barrier in the communication of the soul to the supernatural power. But how we can eradicate this thing? How we can get rid? How we can uproot this evil of our mind and heart? How we can make them free? By only the spiritual medicine. Which is the spiritual medicine? By having the sound. If we have sound and light in the form of light, then it brings concentration on the point, on the single deep sleep point, and it takes us into the research of third eye, in the research of our human soul. Then our dhyan, our meditation becomes the guide of the whole body, and it reaches in the every particle of the internal organ. Meditation itself is the test therapy. It itself tests the whole working of inside the muscles, blood, and bones, kidneys, all internal organs of the human body, how they are tuning each other, how they are working each other, how they are transforming each other, how they are conversing each other, how they are communicating, how they are getting the information and knowledge. Knowledge we get from the external senses of the human body, but the real knowledge is always we have from the womb of mother. In the beginning, initially, we were knowledgeable in the womb of mother. But it is very surprising and astonishing thing for the listeners. It is different matter that we could not express, but we knew. We were well known all of the things, all of the words. Even our mind experienced, experimented, practical perception have inside the womb of mother. When it was in the womb of mother, then it was with full of the natural changes of mother. Whatsoever mother felt, a child also felt. So never try to forget the past and memory. We must care our child by keeping attention in our mind that they are true. Our past is true. Past is more perfect than our present. The family, plan your family. Small families are easier to care for. Use birth control to delay pregnancy. Wait at least 2 years between babies. This makes you stronger and means the babies are better fed. The first step, a healthy mother. Every pregnant woman needs care. Get at least 3 checkups during your pregnancy by a dai, auxiliary nurse, midwife, A&M or doctor. Get 2 immunizations against tetanus during your pregnancy to protect your baby from dying of tetanus. Get iron and folic acid tablets from your A&M to prevent anemia and to make you and your baby strong. So warning, get medical help quickly. If you have vaginal bleeding, you cannot feel the baby move as much as before. You have labor pains for more than 24 hours. Eat well and eat for 2. Eat 200 grams, 2 handfuls of leafy green vegetables daily if possible, or at least twice a week. Eat pulses, rice and roti. Use only iodized salt to prevent goiter. Get extra food from your nearest Anganwadi center. Care of your newborn babies. Cut the umbilical cord with new sterilized scissors or blades. Sterilize the thread you use for tying the cord. There is no need to put anything on the cut surface of the cord. Do not hold the baby upside down. Do not bath a newborn baby right away. Instead, wipe the baby clean and keep baby warm. Nutrition, about nutrition, all of you must know. Feeding your child, breast is best for infants. Breastfeed the baby for the first 4 months, no other foods. Do not waste your first milk, that is colostrum. Give this special milk to your baby as it protects the baby against disease. Breastfeed your baby within the first hour of birth. Introducing solid food. At 4 months, add soft mashed food, half a katori a day. Pulse continue breastfeeding even after starting solid food for at least 1 more year. At 6 to 9 months, increase soft mashed food to 2 calories a day plus ghee. At 9 to 12 months, give normal family food twice a day. Soft and mashed vitamin A supplements. Your doctor or health worker may recommend oral vitamin A supplements if your child needs it. Feed girls the same amount of food as boys. Your child can become sick or die if he or she does not eat enough of the right foods. Don't let this happen to your child. Feed them well. Feeding during illness. Children must eat to fight off illness. Give small meals more often. If you are breastfeeding, continue feeding during baby's illness. Feed small amounts and more often. If the baby or child refuses food, feed him or her anyway. Give small, soft and easy to swallow foods. More measles, give vitamin A supplements as soon as possible. If your child has a nose infection and has trouble breathing, put some drops of salt water in the nose to help clear it. Feeding children who have diarrhea. Children and infants with diarrhea lose vital fluids quickly. Give plenty of clean fluids including oral dehydration salts ORS after each episode of this diarrhea. Immunize your child. By immunization you can prevent your child getting ill or dying from many diseases. Tuberculosis affects the lungs. Diphtheria causes swelling in the neck and breathing problems. Whooping cough means pertussis causes severe cough and weakness. Tetanus comes from infected wounds and causes fever, fits and death. Polio causes weakness and paralysis. Measles causes fever, rash, a runny nose, cough and weakness. Mumps results in swollen salivary glands. Sometimes in boys after puberty, the testicles can swell and this can lead to infertility in men. Rubella is usually a mild illness, but if caught by a pregnant woman can cause birth defects. Hepatitis B is a serious liver disease that can be spread by blood and sexual contact. Haemophilus influenza can cause brain infection, means meningitis and dangerous breathing problems. To avoid all these diseases, use this schedule. Immunization schedule for the first 2 years of life. If your baby is at birth, then one dose is BCG and second one dose is OPV for polio and third one dose of vaccine hepatitis B. For the at the next 6 weeks, for the first dose DPT vaccine and for the 2 dose OPV polio and 2 dose of hepatitis B. Next at 10 weeks, first 2 dose of DPT vaccine and second 3 dose of OPC polio vaccine and the third dose, that is of HIV vaccine, or you may say H influenza. Next at 4 months, first dose, first 3 dose of DPT and second 4 dose for OPV polio and third 2 dose for HIV H influenza. At next 6 months, first 3 dose of HIV vaccine and second 3 dose for hepatitis B. For next at 9 months, no dose and only vaccine, measles plus vitamin A oral dose. At next 15 months, only 4 dose of MMR, measles or mumps or rubella or HIV or H influenza. Next at 18 months, no dose is required, only first booster DPT and OPV plus vitamin A oral dose to be given. How do I get my child immunized? This is the question. Simply it creates the illusion in the minds of the patients. So your children can be immunized only weekly immunization days at your health sub-center, primary health center or community health center. Special pulse polio days are held once or twice a year to immunize children of all ages against polio. After age 2, the following additional immunizations should be given. Age 5 to 6, first second booster DT or DPT and OPV. Secondly, 2 doses of typhoid vaccine at 1 month intervals, and third booster MMR, means measles or mumps or rubella. For the next 6 to 10 years. One is booster tetanus, second booster is typhoid, and third booster hepatitis B. If your children of any age have not been immunized, if your children of any age have not been immunized, take them to the nearest sub-center, PHC or CHC, to begin their immunizations to protect their life. Childhood illness. What are the childhood illnesses? One is malnutrition. Malnutrition leads to many health problems and is very common in India. 2 out of every 3 preschoolers in India are moderately to severely malnourished. This is caused by not feeding children enough of the right foods. Malnutrition will make your child weak and sick. Severe malnutrition can lead to death. Vitamin A deficiency is the most commonly lacking vitamin in babies and children. Vitamin A prevents nutritional blindness, which affects 60,000 children in India. It also helps the immune system fight infection. To avoid vitamin A deficiency, feed your children foods that have large amounts of vitamin A, such as green leafy vegetables, yellow fruits and vegetables, papaya, mango, carrots, pumpkin, and breast milk. With the help of your health workers, provide vitamin A to children 6 months to 3 years of age. Mineral deficiencies. Iron and iodine minerals are essential for the growth of your child's body as well as the brain. If children are eating handfuls of soil, they are lacking minerals, vitamins and iron in the food. To avoid mineral deficiency, make sure they are having enough green leafy vegetables and foods made with milk. Give a multivitamin supplement with minerals and iron. The child will also need to be treated for parasites. Iron deficiency anemia affects half of the population and most pregnant women. Anemia women are more likely to die in childbirth. Babies born to anemic mothers are at risk of dying. They may be born too early or born sick and low in weight. To avoid iron deficiency, eat oranges, mangoes, guavas and peppers because they have vitamin C, which helps the iron get into your child's body. Drink tea at a different time to when you eat your meals. Less iron gets into your body if you drink tea with your meals. Use an iron cooking pot when possible. Get iron with folic acid tablets free of cost from the government dispensary with the help of your health worker. Iodine helps to prevent brain damage and low intelligence in children. Mothers who do not get enough iodine can give birth to a deaf and mute child. To avoid iodine deficiency, use iodized salt every day. To avoid malnutrition, make sure your child gets enough food including enough protein. To know if your child is a healthy size and weight, take your child for regular checkups with your health worker. Diarrhea is more than 3 watery bowel movements a day. Severe diarrhea more than 6 watery bowel movements requires immediate medical attention. Prevent diarrhea with good hygiene and clean food. Diarrhea causes dehydration, lack of water in the body. Dehydration can lead to death. So warning, don't wait, keep your child eating and drinking fluids. Use oral rehydration solutions, means ORS. Malaria, 2 million people are infected with malaria every year in India. Malaria is caused by a parasite carried by mosquitoes. Symptoms of malaria include fever with chills, vomiting and headache, profuse sweating followed by extreme tiredness. Mosquitoes breed in any standing or unmoving water. To prevent malaria, cover unused wells and overhead tanks. Throw away unused tires and empty small containers that collect water. Place mosquito netting over your beds and windows. Cover your body at dawn and dusk. When summer is over, empty the water from room coolers. Cover water pots. So warning, if you suspect malaria infection, go to your doctor immediately. Be sure to take all the pills your doctor gives you. Prevent malaria. Control areas where mosquitoes breed. Tuberculosis, TB. 14 million people in India suffering from active TB. 14 million. 3 million are highly infectious and can easily pass it to others through coughing or sneezing. TB is completely curable if full treatment is taken from your doctor. Treatment is free at your government clinic or hospital. If you or a family member have a cough for more than 3 weeks, see your doctor for TB screening. So warning, do not stop TB treatment until your doctor tells you to. If you stop before the treatment is complete, the germs get stronger and the medicines may not cure you. Pneumonia. Pneumonia is a lung infection that follows other breathing diseases like measles, whooping cough, flu or bronchitis. It is most dangerous in children. If your child has fast, delayed breathing, cough with colored mucus or vomits mucus, high fever and chest pain, check with your doctor for pneumonia. For bacterial pneumonia, treatment with antibiotics from your doctor can make the difference between life and death to the whole body. And don't bath again for 3 days. Boil all clothes, towels and bedding and dry in the sun. If one person has scabies, the whole family should be treated at the same time. General hygiene, safe drinking water. So warning, most diseases come from dirty drinking water and unclean surroundings. If you want your children to be healthy, make sure they drink clean water. To ensure safe drinking water, do not let any family members urinate or have bowel movements near the water source. Do not let the family bath or wash clothes or utensils near the water source. Boil your drinking water if you think it is dirty. Add chlorine to your well, pond or tank every week if your health worker advises. Store your drinking water in a clean, covered metal container or earthen pot. Use a dipper or doya for taking out water from the pot and never dip your hands in the water. Disposal of feces. So, warning: feces bowel movements. Bowel movements can transmit many dangerous infections if they are left lying in the open and not buried. Many people go to the open fields for their bowel movements. If they do not have a laboratory in your house, then a pit latrine is a simple alternative. Find out from your health worker how to make a simple latrine. If no latrine is available, teach your children to cover their bowel movements with earth, sand or stones. Protect the whole family against disease by proper disposal of human bowel movements. Body cleanliness. Cleanliness will keep you and your children from getting many diseases. Teach your children to keep themselves clean. Most important, teach them to wash their hands with soap and water after urinating or having a bowel movement. Wash their hands with soap and water before eating or preparing food. Bath regularly to keep the skin clean and lessen the chance of infection. Keep fingernails short. Keep fingernails short. This helps protect against the spreading of germs and worms. Brush or clean teeth every day, morning and night. Healthy personal habits. Personal habits can make the difference between good health and disease. Some basic habits for the health of the whole family are: cover your mouth with your hand or a cloth when you cough or sneeze. This prevents spreading germs and disease. Do not spit or blow your nose onto the ground. Use tissue or a cloth that can be washed. This also prevents spreading of germs and disease. Do not poke ears with hair pins, matchsticks or other small objects. This can cause injury or infection. Wash underwear and clothes worn next to the skin often. Wear shoes outside the home so your feet do not get hurt by sharp objects or infected with worms. Do not smoke. Your smoking can hurt others around you who don't smoke. Never smoke near babies or children because they can get sick from your smoke. Stray animals. Stray animals such as dogs and cats are common carriers of rabies. If they bite, scratch or lick a human being, that person may get rabies. First, trap the animals and watch to see if it develops rabies. If the animal is sick, go to a doctor immediately. If you cannot find the animal, do not wait for symptoms of rabies. Go immediately to a doctor or the PHC, Primary Health Center, for treatment. So warning, act quickly. Rabies can cause a severe death. The facts about HIV and AIDS. These kind of instructions are written in almost all the hospitals, but sometimes some patients read it and some cannot read, so they must pay attention about this serious disease. HIV and AIDS what is AIDS? AIDS is a serious disease that is sweeping across the world. What does it do? It makes a person unable to fight infections. It could mean death. What should I do? You must protect yourself. How? The best protection against HIV and AIDS is to know how the disease is spread, so you can avoid the things that you put you at risk. Knowledge and prevention are the only cures. What is HIV? What is AIDS? HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. HIV is the germ that causes the infection. AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Acquired means you catch it. Immune deficiency means you cannot fight disease. Syndrome means many signs and symptoms. AIDS is the name for the worst and last stage of the illness that comes after HIV infection. HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. AIDS is the end result of HIV infection. How big is the problem? AIDS is the most critical public health problem on the globe. Till now, 18.8 million people have died of AIDS. In India, about 10 million people will have HIV infection. In worldwide, 16,000 people get infected with HIV every day. This number is increasing every day. So, general information: how does HIV make you ill? HIV infects some of the cells of the body that protect you from other infections. Little by little, it weakens your immune system, so your body becomes unable to fight other illnesses. Mild illnesses that would not normally trouble you become serious and life-threatening. With HIV, you are more likely to get cancer. Normally, cancer cells are killed off early by the immune, means fighting cells. Your cells cannot fight when you have HIV. In late stages of illness, a patient may get a kind of confusion or dementia. It is important that you and those who look after you are ready for this if it happens. What is the length of illness? Yes, soon after being infected, you may get slightly ill with a slow fever, skin rash, tiredness, and general aches and pains. If you have blood test 6 weeks to 6 months after getting infected, at some time it may show positive. Even if the test does not show positive, you would be capable of passing HIV to others. There is no way of knowing when a person with HIV will develop AIDS. It may take 2 to 10 years before you develop full-blown AIDS, including life-threatening infections and cancers. How is AIDS spread? AIDS is spread through blood, semen, vaginal fluids, and pus. It is passed from one person to another by 3 main ways. One is sexual contact with a person infected with HIV. Second, contact with infected blood. Third is an infected mother to her baby in the womb. Sexual contact with a person infected with HIV. Unprotected sex with an infected person. Note: HIV can be spread from men to women, women to men, and man to man. Unprotected sex is sexually contact between two people with the vagina, penis, mouth, or anus. A condom used correctly can stop HIV being passed from one partner to the other. Other kinds of barrier contraception or birth control will protect you from pregnancy but not from AIDS. Unprotected sex with anyone who has multiple sexual partners, like a prostitute. Unprotected sex with a spouse who has been unfaithful and has had sex with an infected person. If you come in direct contact with blood, semen, vaginal fluid, or pus during oral sex, remember, just one experience with an infected partner is enough to infect you with HIV. So, warning, your partner could have been infected 10 or more years ago by any one of his or her previous partners. You can be infected today by your partner. Contact with infected blood. Blood to blood contact is the second most common way of catching HIV. This can be from infected blood entering your body, that is blood transfusion, or by a trace of blood left on tools that are not properly cleaned. Blood to blood infection can happen by being given a blood transfusion with infected blood or blood products that have not been tested for HIV. Sharing needles or syringes with infected drug users who inject themselves. Being injected with non-sterilized or recycled syringes and needles. Boiling or cleaning with surgical spirit is not enough to be sure of safety. Sharing unsterilized razors or going to a barber who does not use a sterilized blade. Using unsterilized tools for dental work, acupuncture, tattoos, ear or body piercing. Sterilization takes place at a very high temperature. This is produced by steam or an autoclave unit or by fire, putting the blade or needle in a flame. Ordinary boiling does not sterilize. Sterilizing may also be done by leaving the instrument in rectified spirit or undiluted 70% alcohol. Simply wiping the instrument with spirit is not enough. Open mouth kissing. If you or your partner have bleeding gums and or mouth sores, contact with HIV infected blood, menstrual blood, blood from cuts, bleeding gums, that is through cuts or sores on your body, an infected mother to her baby. 1 out of 3 babies born to infected mothers are born with HIV. These babies usually die before they are 5 years old. So warning, do not get pregnant if you or your partner is infected with HIV. Use contraception. Who is at risk? It is not who you are or where you live, but what you do that puts you at risk. Certain behavior puts you at very high risk. Having sex with a condom with somebody who has HIV or AIDS. Having a blood transfusion with blood that has not been screened for HIV. Having dental work with unsterile equipment. Having sex with multiple partners, a prostitute or people of the same gender, like a man with a man. Injecting drugs and sharing needles. How do you protect yourself? To protect yourself from getting HIV through sex practice, safe sex. Avoid sex until you get married. Only have sex with one uninfected faithful partner. Use a new condom properly every time you have sex from start to finish. Take responsibility for using condoms even if another form of birth control is used. The woman as well as the man must insist on using a condom. Avoid substances like alcohol and drugs. They affect your judgment and make you take risks that you would not otherwise take, like having unsafe sex or sharing needles. So warning, think carefully about the risk of having sex. Nobody is totally safe unless they do not have sex at all. To protect yourself getting HIV through blood. Never accept blood for a transfusion that has not been tested for HIV. If you are going to need surgery, talk to your doctor about giving your blood to the hospital blood bank in advance so they can give you your own blood during the surgery. Do not reuse or share needles or syringes. Whenever possible, use sterilized disposable syringes and sterile needles. So warning, surgical spirit and boiling, do not sterilize syringes or other equipments. Many diseases are spread through unsterilized equipment including HIV or AIDS. Make sure that tattooing or body piercing equipment, means needles or wire, is sterile. Do not share your razor. If you go to a barber, have him use a new blade. If he uses a cut throat, make sure he flames it, sterilizes with fire, or soak it in rectified spirit, 70% undiluted alcohol for at least 5 minutes. Do not share toothbrushes because they may carry blood from the gums. Avoid injecting drugs. If you are addicted to drugs, talk to your health worker about joining a de-addiction program. If treating another person's open wound, wear sterilized rubber gloves for your own protection. Only go to properly qualified doctors and dentists. Otherwise, may not understand the risk of AIDS or HIV and may not take proper precautions. To protect your unborn baby from getting HIV, do not become pregnant if you or your partner is infected with HIV. If you are HIV positive and pregnant, go early in your pregnancy to your doctor. Ask your treatment with a medicine called AZT. AZT, zidovudine, or a single dose nevirapine. The right medicine can stop your unborn baby getting HIV. HIV infected mother should talk to their doctor about breastfeeding. Symptoms of HIV. How do you know you have HIV? Do not know, because HIV may not make you ill at first. You can only tell for sure by having special blood test. You need repeated blood test. Early infection does not always show in blood test. How do you know if someone else has HIV? You do not know, they may not know either. In early stages, people with HIV look normal and feel well, yet are able to spread the disease. If you are infected with HIV or AIDS, you may not see any symptoms for several years. You may experience the following: fever with night sweats, diarrhea, and unexplained weight loss. Infections that do not get better, cough that does not get better, sometimes there is blood with the spit, soreness in the mouth, severe skin rashes that do not seem to get better, headaches, poor vision, loss of memory, and weakness in limbs. What do you do if you think you might have HIV infection? Go to your doctor or health worker to talk about your fears. They will be able to advise about test for HIV and examine you for signs of the infection. Do not put other people at risk by what you do. Make sure you use condom every time you have sex, or do not have sex at all until you know for sure you do not have the virus. Testing for HIV or AIDS. There are a few tests that can tell if you have HIV or AIDS infection. Some are more reliable than others. Not all tests can be done in local laboratories. If a test is positive, it is always a good idea to have another type of test just to be sure. Spot test and ELISA test. These are usually the first test to be used. You can get them done at a good local laboratory or your local hospital. P24 antigen test, Western blot and HIV RNA copies methods. These are only done at medical schools or specialist hospitals. CH4 lymphocytes counts are done later in the illness to see how the body is affected by HIV infection. These can be done at a good local laboratory. For testing, go to the best laboratory you can afford. The test will be more accurate. They will advise you which test is best for you. Is there a cure for HIV and AIDS? So far, there is no cure or vaccination for it. There are medicines for HIV or AIDS that can improve the quality and length of life of a patient. Highly active antiretroviral therapy HAART. At present, these are very costly and treatment would cost more than rupees 1000 per day. The medicines have loads of the side effects. They decrease considerably the severity of the illness, but they do not cure. So warning, people with AIDS have to be very careful as they can infect others. Living with HIV. How do you live with HIV infection? Be as positive as you can. Do not panic. HIV and AIDS are serious, but you may still see many healthy years. People who look after themselves with a positive outlook live longer than those who give up and get depressed. Live a clean and healthy life. Eat a healthy, balanced diet, including fresh fruit, vegetables, milk, and a variety of nutritious food. Make sure your drinking water is clean. Keep yourself, your home, and your surroundings clean. Avoid things that cause cancer, like smoking, chewing tobacco, or betel, strong alcohol and too much sun on the skin. Do not have children if either partner has HIV, as it can be passed on through the womb. If you are already pregnant and you or your husband has HIV, talk about this with your doctor. Take treatment HAART, highly active antiretroviral therapy, if possible. This will add years to your life and life to your years. Think carefully about who you need to tell. If you have HIV, it is possible that you have infected other people. They can then pass it to more people. The sooner you warn them, the less people will get infected. What are the wrong ideas about HIV and AIDS? People have all sorts of wrong ideas about how HIV and AIDS passes from person to person. HIV or AIDS is passed only through blood and body fluids. Blood and body fluids. It is important to note that you cannot get AIDS from shaking hands, hugging, or simple kissing with lips, sharing rooms, clothes or household items, sharing toilet sheets, bedding, utensils or crockery, coughing, sneezing, saliva or tears, insect bites, touching doorknobs, eating food prepared by others, drinking water. What are the safeties needed for the blood donation and the facts about good health and hygiene? How we can keep ourselves healthy? Good health will give you more energy and help you avoid illness and disease. To maintain good health, you need to know about the following: nutrition, exercise, adequate sleep, hygiene, dental care, eye care, child care, pregnancy and childbirth, illness prevention, wrong ideas and medical care. Nutrition first. Nutrition means eating proper foods. Your body needs good fuel to work well. Eating well increases your energy level and helps prevent illness. Eat balanced food at each meal. Eat a little cereal, pulses, beans or lentils, vegetables and milk products. Chew food well and eat slowly. Drink plenty of clean water or juice drinks daily. Avoid drinking water that tastes unusual or from a dirty container. Restrict the use of butter and ghee in daily diet, especially after the age of 40, unless you are engaged in heavy physical activities. Eat plenty of raw vegetables and salads, carrots, cabbage, radish, onion, etc. Use milk, curd and paneer for nourishment. Milk-based foods are particularly important for young children and breastfeeding or pregnant women. Wash fruits and vegetables well before eating. Avoid eating cut fruit which has been lying exposed. Spend time in the sun each day because it will help your body create vitamins to keep you healthy. Exercise. Daily exercise will help keep your muscles and bones healthy. Examples of good exercise are walking, jogging, yoga, dancing, deep breathing and relaxation exercises. Remember to take a few minutes to stretch before your exercise heavily. Sleep. Sleep allows the body to rest and repair itself after a hard day work. Good quality sleep for 6 to 8 hours a night helps your brain and body work better the next day. Hygiene means keeping yourself clean. If you keep yourself clean, you will feel better, look better, smell better, and stay healthier. Important words that are related to our health and hygienic. For good health, keep your home and environment clean. Work with your neighbors, local government and voluntary agencies to dispose of rubbish correctly. Wash hands frequently and bath daily. Use lavatories where possible. Use water or toilet paper after bowel movements. If you are female, inform yourself about proper hygienic for monthly menstrual cycles. Keep fingernails trimmed and clean. Brush teeth first thing in the morning and at the bedtime. You may use datan, neem or kikar stick instead of a toothbrush and paste. Take care of the eyes and ears. You should not put anything in your ear, even to clean it. Earwax should be removed by a doctor to prevent loss of hearing. Keep nasal passages clean and clear. Keep breast clean when breastfeeding. Wash clothes frequently. Wear shoes or footwear where appropriate. Wear loose and clean clothes to bed. Common questions about hygiene. Why is hygiene so important? Because good hygiene stops germs and parasites from spreading diseases. Germs and parasites can be transmitted by drinking dirty water, not washing your hands after a bowel movement, not washing your hands before cooking, putting dirty objects in your mouth like a finger or a twig or cigarette, using soiled clothes for tampons during monthly menstrual cycles, not washing properly after working outdoors, breathing the air when someone coughs or sneezes nearby, kissing an infected person, having sexual intercourse without using a condom with an infected person, wearing dirty or infested clothing. Why should you wash your hands? Washing your hands removes harmful germs and parasites' eggs so that you don't unknowingly put them in your mouth, in your food or in someone else's food. Also, clean hands look and smell better. When should you wash your hands? Before eating, before preparing food, after urinating or having a bowel movement, after cleaning a baby or helping a child who has urinated or had a bowel movement, after touching someone who is ill, wherever your hands are dirty. How should you wash your hands? Use clean water. Do not use dirty water. You may be putting harmful germs on your hands. Hepatitis, diarrhea, worms can all be spread through unclean water. If you have no soap, rinsing with clean water is better than not washing at all. Use soap. Soap dissolves oils and fats that cause dirt and harmful germs to stick to your hands, bodies and clothing. So warning, water that is too hot can burn your skin. Take special care when bathing babies and the elderly. Do not use mud instead of soap. Mud contains lots of germs. In these germs get in your mouth or other openings of your body or into a cut in your skin. You can get sick. Why wash your hands after using the toilet? If you do not wash your hands after using the toilet, you could spread a disease, hepatitis, pinworms, tapeworms, hookworms, roundworms, amoebic dysentery, diarrhea, cholera, typhoid can all be transmitted through your bowel movements. So warning, any of these illnesses can cause death. How does this happen? If germs are in your bowel movement and you wipe your bottom with your fingers, the germs will get on your hands. If you do not wash your hands very well and then you eat, you could get sick. And if you prepare food for others, many people could get sick. Should you use toilet paper? Toilet paper helps keep harmful disease causing germs off your fingers and so helps prevent transmission of illnesses. Although it is an old custom to clean the bottom with the bare fingers and water, toilet papers can help prevent the spread of germs to the hands. Nowadays, water jets can be fitted to most latrines. They allow you to wash the bottom without using your fingers. By example and encouragement, you should teach your families correct toilet habits. If you use toilet paper, wipe the bottom from front to back. If you do not have a flush toilet system, toilet paper should be burned so that flies and cockroaches cannot spread the germs from one place to another. So warning, whether you use water or toilet paper to clean yourself, you must wash your hands very thoroughly. Why should you use latrines? Flies can carry bacteria from uncovered bowel movements to the food you eat. Many diseases are spread in this way. For this reason, it is important to use latrines when possible. You must relieve yourself outdoors. Make sure that you then cover the bowel movements with earth. Why should you trim your fingernails? Even if you wash your hands very well, long fingernails may hide germs underneath them. So trim your fingernails once a week. Trim your toenails every 3 to 4 weeks. You may clean under your fingernails using a small brush, soap and water. Why should you bath frequently? Bathing removes dirt, so you look up better. Bathing removes germs, so you stay healthy. Bathing removes odors, so you smell better. You should bath at least once a day. If your hair is washed daily, hair oil may be used before the shampoo to prevent dry and brittle hair. Some parts of the body are more likely to grow harmful germs. These are the hands, the feet, under the arms, around the anus, bottom and the genital area, that is sex organs. Be sure to wash these areas particularly well. Why should you keep clothes clean? You should wash your clothes frequently. Undershirts, underwear, socks, bras should be washed daily. Any piece of clothing that gets very sweaty or dirty should be washed after 1 day's use. Why is this? Dirt contains harmful germs. When these germs rub against you by the normal movement of your clothes, the germs may enter your skin and cause infection like pimples and abscesses. Avoid wearing someone else's clothing. This includes hats and turbans. Parasites like lice and scabies pass from one person to another by sharing infested clothing. If you have no choice but to wear used clothing, the clothing should be washed in very hot water with strong soap before wearing. If water and strong soap are not available, wash the clothing as well as possible and then hang in the bright sun for a day or two before wearing. Why should you wear shoes? Shoes or sandals protect your feet from germs, thorns and sharp objects by preventing cuts and wounds. If you go barefoot, worm larvae can get into your body through tiny cracks in the soles of your feet. Then they can spread through your body, damaging various organs as they go. Other germs can get into cracks in calces on your feet and cause other infections. So wear shoes or sandals when walking in public places, particularly in places where animals or people may have opened their bowls. Why should you keep your home and area clean? Rubbish lying around can attract flies. The flies may spread germs by landing on your food. It may also attract animals that may carry germs and disease. If there is no system in your area to collect rubbish, arrange proper disposal yourself. Dig food and vegetables waste into the soil. Burn rubbish when possible except for plastic. Bury rubbish you cannot burn. Do not burn plastic because it releases poisons that are bad for your health. Special hygiene for women. All women of childbearing age bleed from several days every month from their vagina. This is a normal and healthy occurrence that keeps the body ready to have a baby. To be healthy, it is important to look after yourself properly during this time. Keep yourself clean during your monthly cycle. You can do all the things you would normally do. There is nothing wrong with you and nothing dirty about you during the days that you bleed. How do you look after yourself? If you can afford to use sterile sanitary pads or tampons. If you cannot afford to buy sanitary pads or tampons, use very clean cloths. Stained cloths should be washed thoroughly. If you refuse the same cloth, boil it regularly to kill germs. So warning, never place dirty clothes in the vagina. This can lead to serious illness or even death. Change your pads, tampons or cloths frequently. Burn them when no longer usable if possible. Get together with the other women in your home and make an arrangement for burning your sanitary waste. Keep yourself clean in the area of the vagina by regular bathing at least once a day. Always wash your hands thoroughly before and after changing pads, tampons or cloths. You should see a family doctor if there is any change in the amount of or duration of monthly bleeding or severe abdominal pain or cramping at any time. Dental care. You should brush. Why should you brush your teeth? If you do not take care of your teeth properly, you will develop cavities. A cavity is a hole in a tooth caused by bacteria and germs. If a dentist does not fill the cavity, the whole tooth may rot and break. A cavity can lead to infection in the gums or jaw, severe pain or toothache. Infection of the gums can cause bad breath, spread to the blood and heart, and even cause death. Losing even one of your chewing teeth or molars can cause all the rest of the teeth in your mouth to slightly shift position. If this happens, your teeth will then not fit together well, making biting and chewing more difficult. If you lose all of your teeth, you cannot chew your food and your whole body may suffer from malnutrition. So it is important to take care of your teeth and teach your children good dental hygiene. The basics of dental care are to brush your teeth first thing in the morning and after each meal, and to avoid eating a lot of sugary foods. Eye care. How do you protect your eyes? Your eyes are very important. Keeping them healthy and safe can prevent loss of sight. There are about 12 million blind people in India. The main causes of blindness are disease, poor nutrition and injuries. The eyes may also need help to see better with the use of spectacles. To protect the eyes, wash your face and eyes with clean water. Use protective or safety eyewear when welding or using cutting machinery. Eat green vegetables, carrots and fruits like papaya and mangoes. Have a child's eyes checked if they squint. breastfeed infants, get nutrition can help prevent blindness. Always consult your doctor if you have blurred vision, see colored rings around lights, or have difficulty seeing in the dark. Do not rub your eyes or use towels and handkerchief used by clothes. Avoid getting chemicals such as household cleaner in the eyes. Avoid getting dirt or dust in your eyes. These can carry germs and block the normal flushing of the eyes. If you do not dirt in your eyes, do not rub them. Rinse with clean water. Seek medical help if you can't remove the dirt. Do not let children play with sharp objects. Do not look after at the sun, especially during a solar eclipse. Avoid reading in dim light or using another person's spectacles. Install smokeless chula in your home. If you use a wood stove for cooking, frequent smoke in the eyes irritates them and causes cataracts and other eye and health troubles. Child care. How can you properly care for your child? Keeping children healthy is important. Breastfeeding them until 4 to 6 months of age will help prevent malnutrition. This will give them energy to grow and stay healthy. Check with your doctor to see if your child needs extra vitamins or iron. All children, girls or boys, need the same amount of food while growing. If your child has diarrhea, give them lots of clear drinks, rice and some extra salt. You should see your doctor if the diarrhea lasts more than a day or your child gets very sleepy. Look out for common illnesses like chickenpox, mumps, head lice, scabies and pneumonia. Make sure your child gets immunizations. These are infections that help your child fight off serious diseases. How can you reduce the risk of cot death? Put your baby on its back to sleep. Do not smoke near your baby. Use a blanket instead of a quilt on your baby's bed. Do not let your baby get too hot, especially when it is ill. Pregnancy and childbirth. Caring for yourself before giving birth can help save you and your baby from problems and even from death. Good are includes regular visits to health worker, taking regular moderate physical activity, avoiding unhealthy substances like alcohol, drugs which you can buy without a prescription, cigarettes, smoke, x-rays and lead paints. Nutrition. Good nutrition. Eat foods high in protein, calcium, iron and folic acid like beans, milk, paneer, broccolis, lentils, chickpeas, spinach, nuts, seeds, raisins and tofu. After you give birth, you can ease your pain by sitting in a warm, shallow bath. Avoid sitting or standing for long periods to avoid infections. You should change your sanitary pad every 4 to 6 hours. Newborn babies need breast milk or powdered baby milk warmed frequently. Diaper changes, sponge bath, sleep to be held and talked to. While breastfeeding, mothers need more food, protein, calcium and fluids. Meals should include fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy and protein like beans and pulses. The breast should be kept clean to prevent making the baby sick. So all these are the things that must be adopted. Illness prevention. How can you avoid getting illness? The easiest way to prevent many common illnesses is to wash your hands frequently. By touching objects or people, you get germs on your hands. Cover your skin if you are the sun for longer than 10 minutes. If possible, use a sunscreen cream on exposed areas. This will help prevent skin cancer. You should know the warning signs of illness that requires medical attention. Many diseases can be caught through sexual contact, oral, anal or vaginal with an infected partner. Often you cannot tell if the person is infected. For some of these diseases, There is no cure. Using a condom when having a sex can stop these diseases. You may also get some disease from untested blood transfusions, contact with open wounds or blood, contact with blood from razors, tattooing and ear piercing tools, dentist tools and syringes, special handling of cloths. Special handling of these items is necessary to prevent diseases. Make sure you know they are safe. For healthy babies and healthy childbirth, be sure to have regular check-ups with your doctor during pregnancy. Some diseases can be passed from mother to baby. If you smoke, try to stop. If you drink alcohol, try to cut down gradually to nothing. So warning, men and women need prompt medical aid if there is any swelling, pain, unusual lumps under the skin, unusual bleeding, unexplained fever or weakness, loss of appetite, unexplained weight loss, diarrhea that does not stop, prolonged wet cough. So these are the precautions must be kept by all of the citizens for growing our health and for the health of our nation and society. So these are the advices from our present Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi ji, who is always makes us aware for keeping the patience and control our mind with having 2 गज दूरी, मास्क है जरूरी, संयम एंड संकल्प से हम इस युद्ध को जीत सकते हैं. थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग. थैंक यू, अ लॉट ऑफ थैंक्स.